who are known to be very extravagant. To live very lavish lifestyles. They land on their wedding dates. Their women get Harriers for birthday gifts. What else? They say being a Luo is a lifestyle.
What went wrong?
And now I've met the first ever Luo man whose wedding cost 70,000 shillings. Explain. 10 marks.
So I would wish to correct your bit.
Yes.
Luos are not lavish.
Yeah.
We have a taste of good life.
Yes.
And you're expected to make everyone happy, which is also impossible. With providing them, have nice flowers,
Yes.
do all these things. The church, our church is very beautiful. The church has flowers. No, seriously,
For sure, it's very
not
beautiful.
it's not even a joke.
Which church is this?
St. Francis Xavier in Parkland.
Parkland. Oh.
I tell you,
The church is beautiful. You wouldn't.
I hope you're taking notes. Look for a church that is
That is beautiful. So
Yeah.
we decided to spread out everything. First, our honeymoon is spread out. So we have our honeymoon as life goes on. We have our honeymoon
it is
as life
spread
goes on.
out,
It is
as
spread
long
out.
as you live.
It is not
Long as
an
you
occasion that comes to an end after 2 weeks of your
Yeah.
wedding. No, we spread it out. So we are always enjoying life.
Wow.
Enjoying life and enjoying our honeymoon
Yes.
as time goes by.
Goes by.
Week 1, okay, month 1, month 2. I think the trouble started.
The rain started beating.
Okay, not trouble, but
Yeah.
a bit of
Challenge.
a challenge started when with the church thing.
The church.
So I was raised was an Adventist, and for a long time I was actually half my life.
Yes.
No, and he, well, this is complex, but he says he was raised in a sort of cocktail of churches within the Christian tradition.
Yeah.
So he has been to pretty much every church in.
Yeah.
Hi there and welcome back. This is the Rawder Kidula Show. So excited for today's conversation. But before that, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for your support. This is a new channel. Yes, we sadly lost the other one and this is a new one. So maybe you subscribed to the old one and you're just thinking, oh, I am subscribed. No, please confirm and make sure that you have subscribed to this new one. It's the Rawder Kidula Show. We have conversations on marriage, positive conversations, restoration stories, and what God is doing in our marriages, because we believe that marriage works. And so today, before we begin, if you have a teen girl in your life, I wrote a book together with my sister. It's called For My Beautiful Teen Girl. And it is for you to mentor and disciple that teen girl in your life. We talk about topics that are really relevant to them. So get yourself a copy. Details are on the screen. Well, JK Studios, thank you so much. They do an amazing job in covering the stories and also in videography and photography. So if you have an event, a party, you have a wedding and you're looking for photography and videography services, please consider JK Studios as well. The number is on the screen. So today I have two beautiful people in the studio on set today, and I'm excited because we were marriage age mates, right? Yeah. We both got married on in 2018, August, November, right? Yeah. And their wedding cost 70K. Wait, you are Luo?
Oh, okay. That comes
Yes,
the,
yes, I
the
am.
complexity of it.
Yeah, and your wedding cost 70,000.
Yes. Those are called paradoxes of life.
Okay, we'll get there. First, we need to know who you are. Please introduce yourselves.
after you.
Okay, my name is Verah Omocha. I do many things. I am a mom. I don't know if that's it's a doing thing.
That's a major.
yeah. I am a mom. I am a wife to this one guy. Professionally, I work as an editor, so I edit. I'm in the publishing field. I edit books and content.
Okay.
Yeah, different varied types of content in the corporate world as well. Yes.
So if someone is writing a book and they need someone to edit their book, look for Verah. Just text me and tell me, Rodah, you remember that Verah? I'm writing a book. And don't just publish books that have not been edited.
Yeah.
Please. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, so that's what I do. And I think much more. Yeah. I also am a writer. I have written a couple of books. Including this.
Yes, that we're going to talk about in depth today.
Yes.
Yes, the one man.
The one man. Well, my name is Gabriel Dinda, and I'm a husband to Verah Omocha, and happily so. Been married now for 6 years, since November 2018.
Wait, we are still at 5.
We are 5,
We are
but
going
when
to
we are
6.
going to 6, but maybe you are in 6 by faith.
Okay. You're counting the year in totality.
In totality, yeah.
Yeah, so we are blessed with 2 lovely baby girls, Ella and Ariella, and we have their permission to be here.
Clearly.
Yeah, and professionally, I am a book enthusiast, a reading and writing enthusiast, and always working to encourage reading and writing in different ways or in different areas. This is what led me to found Writers Guild Kenya 10 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, which has now become a home of writers in Kenya, and we'll explain some of the joys and the gifts of Writers Guild are right next to me here.
Okay.
Yeah, and also I teach philosophy and ethics. Yeah, so at Strathmore University. So that is also part of what I do. But together with Verah and other people, we champion the cause for writing. We believe that writing is such a noble act that should not just be left for chance, but people should be guided, trained, and supported to write more, because writing holds a lot in our history and in our heritage, and also champion for people to write more. So also I've written 2 books. One is Questions of My Youth, which we launched together with Verah on 7th of December 2019. And then also a guide to self-publishing in Kenya that was published in 2018, and also co-authored a book with other authors called Youth Unemployment in Kenya, a Ticking Time Bomb in 2016. And right now I'm finalizing on another that hopefully will launch before the year ends.
Wow. Yeah, this is a family of authors. Your daughters are going to read by force.
They are reading.
They are doing it already.
They have no choice.
By force. Okay, let's put the books aside first. We get to know how you met. We already have a hint.
A hint, yes.
When did you first see her?
When did I first see her? I can't remember the actual date, but it was sometime in 2016, towards the end, maybe October, September 2016. And we met in the book environment, clearly, yeah. She, as she mentioned, she's a very, very good editor, and you only need to work with her once, and then you will have no other option of working with her again.
Wow.
So she does her work very well.
Your marketing manager.
Well, maybe you need to try it. She does it so well. And as a writer, many times all writers believe that their works are the best until the editor comes. But for her, what really impresses me with her work is that she doesn't dismiss. She doesn't say this is no. She suggests a better way of doing it, which is very helpful for writers. So in that her editing work, she had, we met through a friend, a mutual friend. So Writers Guild that I mentioned earlier had our offices in ICA building, which is now called JQuat building. And then a friend called Felix Musango, we can declare his name because it is through him that we met. Felix Musango was working at Longhorn at the time. they were doing some work. She was doing some work for him. So Felix had left a copy of some manuscript so that she could come and pick from there.
Yes.
And so when she came, it appears that she picked much more than just the manuscript.
When you first saw her, did you see her? When you first saw her.
Okay. When I first saw her, did I see her? That's a very nice way to put it. Well, when I first saw her, and I can remember it very well, I saw her, I think she came and found me in the office. And then, we had a conversation. She was very lovely as she is today. Yeah, she's gotten lovelier by the day. So she was very lovely. I noticed that at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now that we were in the context of writing, we had to talk about writing first and all those things. But I didn't know or I didn't predict what may come out of this lovely, smiley, and what I call harmless face. She was very harmless. So anyway, I saw her. I didn't really see her as you asked, but I saw the lovely nature. Yeah, and when she was leaving, I remember offering her coffee, which she didn't take.
And he will bring it up every chance he gets. But what did our mothers tell us?
Do not
you don't take things from men.
strangers.
Yeah. Particularly this gender.
Okay. So when she was going, when she had picked the manuscript and that she was now going, I escorted her to the lift, which was a good place to start. Yeah, and then thereafter, one thing after another, many of which were, since we shared interest in reading and writing, we were mostly meeting. I was inviting her for book events, book launches, book activities. So harmlessly, harmless book launches. But I think those build up to what we are celebrating and today.
Did you see him that day?
I know. Okay, no. Not
Yeah.
He was very kind. He still is. He's such a gentleman for the most part. But he is a gentleman, so he was very kind to me. He offered me coffee, to which I respectfully declined. And then he escorted me. You see, he had no business going out of his way to make me comfortable. Because I only needed to pick some things. For most people, you would just be told, "Oh, here it is,"
and you leave,
and then you leave. But he prompted a conversation, and he told me about the Writers Guild, and I was also interested because I had just started writing, and not just that. Beyond, I could still tell that he was not just selling that idea to me. He was just a warm person who really interacts with people at your level, and he will come down to whatever level you are at, and he genuinely loves people. He's such a people person. And he of course radiated that, and he invited me for book events, to which I went, but I was at a space where I was focusing on my career 100%. So I didn't even think, it didn't cross my mind, and he was wearing a suit. And so he looked very well put together, very organized, very, I didn't even think at all, like,
relationship.
No, not at all.
Now take me to where you started thinking relationship.
So on 21st of January 2017 at 6 p.m. 31st of January, the last day of the month, he invites me for this book reading at IMAX Theatre. So after work, we walked down to IMAX, but I was a bit late because I was coming from work. And when I got in, it was almost full. So I had to sit on the theater seats, the corridor.
Yes.
So I sat next to, between him, there was him, a lady friend. So I sat next to, and this was the aisle. So I sat there. And then it happened that this lady had to leave early. So I took her seat. So I sat next to him. And we got talking. And then he escorted me to my bus stage. And I think it's just started.
No one said to the other, "Can we start a relationship?"
It was. We can't even trace it.
We can't trace it, but we really remember that event.
Yeah.
Because that was I think, going back to your earlier question, that is, I think, when we saw each other. Yeah. From that event.
Yeah.
That was like, I think, 3 months later.
Yeah.
Or so. Of just inviting each other to go to events and all that.
Being professional friends.
Professional friends, right?
Yeah.
Colleagues.
Yeah.
At what point did you decide I'm going to marry her? Yes.
Yeah, so this 31st January, it's a very memorable month for us, or date for us, because that is what we remember when we saw each other. And then now I think from that time now we started getting a bit more deliberate. So now I would just not invite her for book launches or book events, but invite her for dates. So we really made good use of museum. We would just go there.
Writers go to the museum for dates.
Yes, we would go there and just sit somewhere and have a good time, spend time there. So that is when things started. We started getting a bit deliberate. So that was 2017. So I would say the whole of that year went, and then also we can't trace at what point we decided we are going to get married. Yeah, we can't trace.
You just found yourselves in a gown?
Yes.
We grew into it.
Slowly.
But we can remember some conversations, because at some point we were, I think even one of the dates we had at museum, we even did a photo shoot, and we twangod kitenge. We twangod kitenge, yes.
Which you used to make noise with online.
We twangod kitenge, and we did a very nice photo shoot.
Yes.
And that, I think, was for both of us the first time we were confident enough to have the pictures of our loved ones out there. So we can trace.
It was like a public announcement.
Yes.
Yeah, we are in a relationship.
Yes. And then I think when Writers Guild was celebrating its first anniversary, unfortunately I can't remember the date, but it was in 2018, earlier on. That was then when I introduced her formally to this community of writers that we had built as my girlfriend.
Yes.
And my members of my family were there. My brother, World God, was there. My dad was there. And other family members were there. So that was I would say, the time now when I think we need to trace the date. I think it was sometime in June 2018.
16th. Okay.
Well, it could be. Yeah, so that was the time when now I introduced her formally. And now the intentions were in high gear.
Wedding preparations.
Wedding, but not really wedding, but we had to go back and get the blessings of the parents and first. So that was the plan.
Is that the same time? How did you know he's the one?
Very good question. You know how they say, if you know, you know.
You know, and you know, and you know.
But for me, it wasn't. I guess I didn't come with that mindset of how will I know.
Yeah.
Or I didn't have any
A
doubts.
list.
I didn't have any
checklist.
reservations. I didn't have a checklist.
Everyone has a check.
I didn't have a checklist. I'm telling you. Okay. This is what I thought. That where I come from, I had seen marriages, of course, growing up. You see how people relate to each other. So the only thing that I knew is that I don't want this.
Oh.
Yeah.
You had a checklist of what you don't.
Oh, at least I knew what I didn't want. Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, so I didn't want that. The kind of marriages that I had seen, which were very situational, they look like we are both here now, we have to survive. They actually looked more of survival mode. You can't go back to your people, they'll send you back anyway.
Yes.
So I didn't want that. That at least I thought. So I thought, okay, this is a very nice young man. Very, very growth oriented, very kind, and all those attributes. So how did I know?
That's how you knew.
Maybe that's how I knew. I knew by those there are those ones that come out, but there's also something within you that feels like you are in a very safe, warm environment, that you can thrive, that you can speak about anything with this person, that you can grow together. They have your best interest at heart, and they support you, not just them saying I support you. They actually listen. They know what's going on in your life, they contribute to it positively. So I think there were those, and then there's that calm and peaceful and warm. Yeah.
Oh, we get it. So that's how you knew.
Yeah.
Now we are at the wedding.
Even before you get to the wedding,
Yes.
that question of how did you know he's the one, even me, I would fumble to answer it. But I would get consoled from philosophy that traumatized you so much. In
He's
school.
a lecturer.
I would get consoled from
lecturer.
philosophy
Yeah.
that there are some things that we can know empirically. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can know, like you can count how many glasses are here, 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Yeah. But there are some things, they are knowable. You can know them, but you can't know them empirically. Yeah. You can't know them by counting. You can't know them by.
Stress, Rodah.
You can't,
It's okay.
no. You can't
It's
know
okay.
them, but you know them for sure.
Yeah.
For instance, this classic question that we always ask: how does a newborn child know that they should suckle?
They know and they know.
They know and they know, but they can't tell you how they know.
Yes.
So it is a knowable truth,
Yeah.
but it is not empirical. So I would say the same. I would say the same for Verah and even for some of these things. Many times when you talk of checklists, people hope that, he has this, he has this, he has this. That is a very empirical way. It is just like putting sticks here and counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
But you notice that doesn't apply to human beings because there are some things that using higher faculties,
Yes.
not not the checklist kind of thing. So
But the checklist can change as well, and people are really complex.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're in a constant place of growth. So
And we'll never find someone who checks all
Yeah.
the boxes.
yeah. So if you find people who insist on these checklists, I would say these empirical checklists, I always say that once you even have a checklist in the first place, then I think that should already tell you that maybe they're not the one.
Oh.
Because just for you to have that, does she have this? Does she have this? Does she have this? I think that already
So no
tells
checklist
you
for
that.
you.
I think
You're already
so.
doubting.
That already tells you that I don't think
Okay.
this could be it.
So when you know, you know. And if you understand, you've understood. That's how we move on. Okay. Are we at the wedding now?
Yeah. Can get there.
Yeah, because we want to know why. A Luo man and a Luo woman. It's
She's
even-
imported from the highlands, from Kisii Highlands.
Or from the Kisii Highlands.
import.
An import.
For those who don't
Success.
understand, Luos are, the philosopher can explain. It's actually a tribe in Kenya who are known to be very extravagant. To live very lavish lifestyles. They land on their wedding dates. Their women get Harriers for birthday gifts. What else? They say being a Luo is a lifestyle.
What went wrong?
And now I've met the first ever Luo man whose wedding cost 70,000 shillings. Explain. 10 marks.
So I would wish to correct you a bit.
Yes.
Luos are not lavish.
Yeah.
We have a taste of good life.
Something different.
No, we have a taste of good life. And sometimes, for people who do not, they may look at it as lavish.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So ideally,
What are you saying about us?
that is the standard. That is the minimum standard.
minimum.
That's why we always try to raise it higher and higher.
And higher.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I
now
hope
answer
that
me.
correction is taken in.
important,
Yes, it's
yes.
very important to set the record straight. Yeah. So our wedding cost 70,000 shillings. Yeah. And at the
dollars.
not dollars. And at the end of it, we were very, very happy. Just that night, when we were our very good best couple, our very good friends Geoffrey Ochieng and Ludovica Ochieng had drove us and taken us to Sagana, where we were going to have our honeymoon.
Yes.
Just before we slept, we reflected on the wedding and we said it was beautiful. Just like God after creation, He said everything is good. It is good. We said it is beautiful. And as a student of economics, we started our marriage on a surplus, not on a debt. And that is important because very many people start on the other side of the curve. We started on a surplus. Every gift that we were gifted, we were not in a hurry to open them because
to pay up
unpaid bills or pending bills, I would use that word. Yeah, we were not in a hurry to open them. In fact, we left them, we went for our honeymoon and came back and opened them later on. You see, no hurry at all. We were very happy and very satisfied. And this is how it started. We are blessed with each other and we share a lot in common. A lot in common. The love for books, love for people, love for service, love for love. We share many things in common with Verah. And that is a blessing. We take it as a blessing. Another thing that we share with Verah is simplicity. You see? Simplicity and excellence.
Wow.
You may think there is a contradiction, but there is none. So before our wedding, we interrogated everything that a wedding comes with. We asked the basic question of, what is a wedding? And maybe I would ask you, what is a wedding, Rodah?
A celebration of two people getting married.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Oh,
a wedding.
fair.
Yeah.
You solved 100% of my brain.
Fair enough, yeah. Well, it's a celebration. Many times, well, depending on the faith, there are different understanding of what a real wedding is.
Yeah.
But from our Catholic understanding, a wedding just requires, I think, 5 people. I hope I'm not wrong. Our catechists are watching.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it requires the two of us. It requires the witnesses.
Yes, the two.
Who are the best couple many times. And a priest.
Minister.
Yes, the minister. Or and the minister in this case, or the priest in this case, is a bystander. He's just witnessing what is happening. We are
Like an ex-officio.
He's an ex-officio member of the committee. Yeah? So we need 5 people for the wedding to be valid. That is the first point that we started from.
Did you share the point with your community? Because I also started from there until I told my mother.
Then everything came tumbling down. Huh?
Well, we'll get there. Yeah. So with that understanding, then we realized that everything else is an add-on. Yeah. It is an add-on. It is a, it is a favor.
Oh, yes.
Everything else is a blessing. It is a gift. It is not a need. A need is this 5. So once we've ensured our priest is there, our best couple are there, we have done all the processes preceding to the wedding, everything is done.
You visited the government.
We visited the government.
Told them your intention.
Yes, 21 days notice.
Yes.
You talked to the elders.
Yeah, we've gotten the blessings from our parents.
It's not a kidnap.
Yeah. So with that understanding, then now we were easy. So every other thing, we looked at it as an add-on.
Yeah.
So we wanted a very good wedding. And we also defined what a good wedding is. A good wedding is a wedding that will leave us happy after. Yeah, that was our understanding.
Wow.
And then now we narrowed it down. Yeah. So, and we thought, of course, it would be very nice, to do a number of things that are normally done. But we said a number of them can be done, but maybe in a different way.
Yeah.
Maybe in a different way. So that is how we narrowed down our budget. Ended up to 70,000 and happy at the end. So, yeah, I don't know if that helps.
No, the wedding is normally looked at as something for the woman.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this woman smiling here.
You're like, am I okay?
Because after you've said what is important, what you mean is the gown is not. Shoes.
Not so much.
So, in your perspective, what was important to you?
Okay. What was important was getting married. And just getting, you when you're preparing for a wedding, I'm sure you relate, you get to a point where you just want it done so that you go back to your life. It's very stressful. Even when you're doing a small gathering for a wedding, it can still be
a birthday party.
Even it's so stressful, especially when you are the main participant.
Yeah.
So for me, honestly, this is a bit weird to confess, but I never had that white wedding, wedding dress, how it's going to be. It's a one-day thing, and
they say we dream about our weddings when we are in PP1.
Well, I didn't.
You didn't.
That's the problem. Maybe that's the problem, because it wasn't this very that is something that I look
forward to.
Well, I looked forward to when
marriage.
I met him at some point, yes, but not with that. Like it has to be, that day.
A limo.
Because I want those things I want those things in some of them in a sustainable sort of way.
Yeah.
So I can no longer fit in my wedding dress. So what's the point? And then I just thought that the dress that I tuangod. I tuangod the dress.
What
just
is
a regular. Kushona. I did tailored. Language is part of the lifestyle.
Yes.
Yes, so I just had my dress done by a regular tailor. I didn't even know like it's a wedding dress. You realize with women, once you attach the word wedding, then the price triples.
Yes.
If you're making your hair on a regular, it's 1,000 bob. Or even makeup. But the moment you mention wedding,
bridal,
that's where they know you have a committee, you have people contributing money for you, so we are going to help you eat this money or use up this money. So there's no point. I just did that kawaida thing. I had short hair then, so I didn't even want to.
You send us photos.
I was very tiny. No, I'm like, gosh, I was very tiny. But
what are the things that people think are very important that you did away with?
Sorry, just before
the wedding dress mostly. Because wedding dress costs what, 50,000? Yeah. Or I don't know about you.
No,
like I've seen
22,000.
Yeah, that's
and
also.
I've had it twice, so my money is back.
Now you see.
And you're very tiny. Come from mine.
you are tiny. So these are the fruits. So you see, now you're making good use of it. But most people do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just a one-off, and then it's packed somewhere. Storage, unashinda tu mehama nayo, you can't fit in, you will not wear it again most times. Maybe some traditions pass it down to your daughters.
Said no.
So at least you can hide it. So hide it while you still can. Yeah, so I didn't care so much for that. Yeah, and then I didn't exactly like the traditional wedding dress. The what is it called? What is that material?
Lace.
Yeah. I'm not such a big fan of that. Yeah, so it's just a kawaida dress with an Ankara piece on
nice.
the
Which you can even put on in other functions.
Yeah, if I could fit in it, I would wear it again.
What else do people think is very important?
Very important. So just from what Vera has explained, when I said at the beginning that she's very lovely, she's very harmless, she's very beautiful.
Simple.
Now I hope you see the reasons and the explanations, because
every man's dream.
Well, not in a bad way, but you can see that she is thinking through things.
Yeah.
She's thinking around things, and that I say is a great gift to our family. I can tell you without a doubt that not many people think.
Ouch.
Yeah, not many people think. No, not many people think. People just copy-paste things. So just say, wedding should be white. You should have this kind of gown.
White shoes.
The shoes should be this. But you don't. Why do we have that?
Was there food?
Yes, there was food.
Thank you.
There was food. What is food?
We'll get there.
No. When you ask what is food,
no, there was food.
I already think there was no chicken.
Okay, not
No, there was food, I'll tell you. So when you don't think through things, you realize that you have some kind of a weird template that you work with.
Yes.
So I saw this wedding, so and so had this dress, so I want this dress. So get it for me from China. I want this one.
Whether
I can
you
tell
even like it or not.
whether you like it or not. Or in my wedding, I want a limo. Or because I saw it wherever.
Or your friends are saying.
Or my friends are saying. So when you don't think through things, there is that risk of just being, I'm really avoiding the word foolish, but I can't avoid it any longer. I've said it. But you fail yourself to that extent. So, yeah, so you just copy paste things, you take templates that you don't know their origin, you do things that
Especially
do not
that,
have meaning to you. You do things that don't have meaning to you, just do them because they've been done.
Yeah.
That is how a fool looks like. So, now,
What's of all is when you're done and you're not happy.
Yeah.
Like these things don't exactly make you happy. You know, it would be different if like you really are in love with this dress and you're so happy to have it, and then that moment flips away.
Yeah, or it would make sense if the amount you use for your wedding had an impact on your marriage.
Oh,
okay.
But do we do that?
But it doesn't.
Yeah.
You've seen big
At all.
weddings.
It doesn't. It's a business. Weddings are businesses, so you're just sustaining the people.
But
the
guys,
service.
you can scrap everything else, but don't scrap all photography and videography. JK Studios is here.
Yes.
And you will need the memories.
memories.
Those ones can actually be impactful.
Yeah.
Those can be impactful.
So think through things. Think through things. All the things that you have lined up or you want to be done, or you are stressing your partner so much to do, or you are stressing yourself so much to do, or your community, forming huge WhatsApp groups. I'm not saying you should not, no?
Yeah.
But think through things. Yeah? Think through things. Many times, always very sad. Even when it comes to food, you ask about food.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go to a wedding and you find so much food has been wasted. People were served, and they just, onjad kidogo, gibila bila, and then they pour the rest. Yeah, gibila bila chiempo, and then they pour the rest. You see, that is a very... So when you look at it and you say, wow, so this is, we worked so much to get money for this food.
Yeah.
So when you think through things, then you put value to things. Then now you say, what is the value for money for these things that we are doing? Because like Verah's dress, I think it cost 4,000 to make, and we made it somewhere in Nairobi Textile. It was beautiful. You would find people are saying, wow, Verah was so beautiful. The dress was so beautiful, and truly it was. And I'm being very objective here, even though that day was very subjective because Verah was very beautiful. But so now, if you look at it, you see that if it is beauty we were looking for, we have achieved it.
Yes.
But at what cost?
4,000.
4,000 compared to maybe something higher.
Yeah.
So if you thought that for the dress, our focus is beauty, we want a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It must not come at exorbitant cost. The mistake we normally make is that expensive things are necessarily beautiful or
think they're synonyms.
Synonyms.
Expensive.
No, they are not.
And
They are not. Someone can be very decent, like you are, without not necessarily being exorbitant. I would say that. Yeah. So, anyway, the summary of all this is, people should think through things before they do them, or before they make them demands, or before they make them, this is my dream, whatever. You should think through them.
Like that.
Yeah.
And my dream wedding. Now, what's the food? What did you serve people?
So, so for the wedding, we thought through things. Even for the photography and videography, we got a very good friend, Francis Omondi, Martin Mwebia, who was running Transservice Studios, and they, we've done other things with them before, and instead of, let's say, contributing for you 1,000 bob for your WhatsApp group, whatever group you want to put together of friends, if me as your friend, I do photography, can I contribute for you in kind?
Oh, yeah.
So Francis Omondi and Martin Mwebia and Moses Church decided to contribute to us for our wedding in kind.
In kind.
Moses Church did a video. Francis Omondi and Martin did very beautiful pictures.
Photos.
In kind. So at the end of it, everyone is happy for the food. for the food, what we did was we thought.
First, the wedding was in the afternoon.
Yes, the wedding was in the afternoon, so we encouraged you to eat before you come.
Oh,
Well, so you
That's a
come.
bit embarrassing.
mine was in the morning.
Sorry.
No, so when
so-
you come, the food will. My food was being served at 11. From
Okay.
1, there's no food. We are walking down the
The
aisle.
aisle.
Wow. Okay, that's a bit
We
different.
walked down the aisle of the reception. We didn't do.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Walked down the aisle on the reception, and yeah.
You see now you
to see your
flipped
wedding
the.
So if you, those who always say I'll come in the afternoon, people ate at 11.
Yeah.
But they got cake.
Oh, nice. That's good.
So you encouraged people,
Well-
like intentionally.
We didn't say that, but it is implied that you have lunch at your home, and then also we just took 2 hours and we decided to make everything brief, short and sweet, so that you can quickly go back and have your 4 p.m. tea at home.
I
But-
when you put it like that, it doesn't sound
The people who attended your wedding now know.
but we had food for people who had traveled, families. And we had food.
How do you separate in your wedding?
Even-
This food is
We
for
didn't
those
separate.
Everyone had something to enjoy.
But then
After
we
the
had-
wedding, we went to the hall where we had a
snacks.
small reception, and we had very decent snacks there to appreciate you for the 2 hours. Decent snacks there. They were not food in your.
It's not pilau,
In the-
chicken, chapati, and watermelon.
What to a Western definition.
That is what we want in a wedding.
Yeah.
So we did a soda,
Yes.
a mandazi.
Yes, yeah. Some assortment of snacks.
I can't remember.
Yeah, assortment of snacks, and we had a very lovely cake. Yeah, we had a very lovely cake made by our friend Mamu.
Mamu did the cake.
Mamu did the cake very nicely at a very considerate budget, and the cake was there, so everyone had a chance to enjoy the cake. We also had very assortment of snacks.
Assortment.
Yeah, and we took even the reception
Woman
took a very
describing bites. Assortment.
even the reception took a very short time.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time, our MC, Decca William, just engaged people to dance. And
Yes.
I tell you, people left that wedding happier than they came. And then those who had traveled from Homa Bay and from Kisii, we went to YMCA and had our...
Now real food.
Well, you'd call it so.
No.
Yeah, real
Now
food.
those who attended
Considering.
are watching and they're like, oh,
Okay, we are sorry, but they've
you're
had
not sorry,
but
that is you.
they've had a chance to eat.
No, for
I'm
me,
sure
I
you
always say,
mentioned
if
this.
you feel like my wedding wasn't good enough, please do yours and make it. Okay, it's not, it's
Pick the
not very
lessons.
kind, but I don't think no one should have the audacity to come and now start saying I didn't eat. My
pilau was
grandmother
not
said
enough.
something in my wedding. We have not come here to eat. We have food in our homes. We have come here to celebrate.
That's wisdom.
Yeah, my
That's
grandmother
wisdom.
said that. We have chicken at home. So,
And she means it.
she means it. Yeah, she does.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I think
so
it's just that celebration vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nothing to be sorry about. You
I mean,
can actually
after-
have a wedding without pilau.
Yeah, it's possible.
And do you know sometimes, if you have the money, go for it. Maybe we are talking like this because we don't.
we are speaking with people we are together in this
If
economic
you've been saving
situation.
for your wedding from the time you were 10, you have some 10 million.
No, as long as you think through it, go for
Go
it.
for it. Oh, it's the thinking.
Think through it, yes.
Think through it and go for it.
Go for it.
So we thought
Yeah.
we are still alive as long as God grants us life and health.
Yeah.
We are still here.
Yes.
Our friends have eaten our food.
Yeah.
I believe
Yes.
many times we have had many occasions to share pilau and
Yeah,
whatnot.
you have birthdays
so
and
we,
all
we recently had celebrated our 5th year anniversary in
Yes.
church, and we invited friends, and there was actual real food. Pilau. Yes, pilau was there.
Pilau was
yeah.
now
So
there.
now we keep moving as you keep growing. Hopefully,
Yeah.
God grants you better economic means to do these things that you didn't do out, because the stress also comes from you're starting out in life,
Yes.
and you're expected to make everyone happy, which is also impossible with providing them, have nice flowers,
Yes.
do
Would you have
all these
flowers?
things. Our church is very beautiful. The church has flowers. No, seriously,
sure, it's very
not
beautiful.
it's not even a joke.
Which church is this?
St. Francis Xavier in Parkland.
Parkland.
In Parklands. Oh.
I tell you,
the
it
church is
beautiful.
You wouldn't even. Okay, of course there are those. What are they called? The balloons,
the ribbons.
Yeah, the ribbons. But they don't allow that. Do they even allow that decoration? Because the church is already decorated, so
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't have to go there extra.
I hope you're taking notes. Look for a church that is
That is beautiful.
That helps for sure. For sure, yeah. So
Yeah, and then we mentioned that for us, a marriage or this wedding is just an occasion
Yes.
to celebrate a lifetime
to
gift.
pre-celebrate.
To pre-celebrate a lifetime gift or a
Yeah.
lifetime chance to share love and life with each other. So
Yeah.
we decided to spread out everything. First, our honeymoon is spread out. So we have our honeymoon as life goes on. We have our honeymoon
No, it is
as life
spread
goes.
out,
It is
as
spread
long
out.
as you
It is
live.
not
As long as
an
you
occasion that comes to an end after 2 weeks of your
Yeah.
wedding. No, we spread it out. So we are always enjoying life.
Wow.
Enjoying life and enjoying our honeymoon
Yes,
as time goes by.
goes by.
We also spread out the pilau thing that you talked about. Even before then, we had started hosting our friends for some things called get together, where we just call them to our homes. We prepare very nice meals for them. We eat, and there are no attachments. You just eat, you catch up, you just get to know each other, and we go back. We were already hosting our friends, and we have not stopped. In fact, we have gotten better after our wedding. So even this pilau thing, we've spread it out, throughout our lives. These celebrations,
There's more life after the wedding.
yeah. So wedding is just an occasion that should not take all the efforts, all the attention, all the resources at the exclusion of the thing that is now very important to be preserved thereafter.
Yes.
So for us, we spread out everything. Even the dances, you should see us dancing just 2 weeks ago with our very good friends Angie and Kennedy when we were celebrating their 3 years in marriage. I tell you, we danced. We spread out joy. So we need to spread out joy.
Spread out.
We don't just put them in one
concentrate
day.
it in one day.
We'll choke if they are
And,
too much in one
I
day.
love the food one
Yeah.
because it also makes sure the food lands in the right people. Like no get crushers.
But food is food, really. You can
No,
share with
food
get
is food.
crushers if
You can,
if there is.
But imagine taking a loan.
Now the loan is another business. Now
To
that's
feed the
where
fed.
the thinking comes in.
To feed the fed. It would be very nice to take a loan to feed the hungry.
Yes.
But if you are to feed the fed or
fed.
people who have means,
Yeah.
well, maybe we should not. We should,
No,
we should
we are
finish on this
sharing-
point.
We are
So that-
sharing your story. That's
Yeah.
your version. No one is being forced to do it your way.
yeah.
If it's just a wake-up call that no one should stress themselves or kill themselves because they
Exactly.
cannot afford, or prolong their time to get married because they don't have
That is
a
unfortunate.
million.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
That's
especially
truly
for men.
unfortunate.
There are men who are not proposing because they don't have a million.
Yeah. So now to go back to the question of Luo man and all this.
Yes.
Now clearly with the explanations we've given, you can see that Verah we got even the best.
Yes.
So even the understanding of lavish now you should now infuse lavish with thinking. Yeah. So now you see understanding of lavish. Lavish should not just be that these are the checklists, these are the templates.
Yes.
Limo, are this. No. That is not lavish. That is foolishness.
Oh.
Lavish, you must infuse it with thinking.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can see that we still maintain the excellence, the touch of good life,
Yes.
and maintained our lowness, and still managed to do this.
Still here to do the
But you know,
helicopter landing.
I've counted we are just like at 10K. What did you do with 60? What did you
Hizi
do?
vitu zingine small.
Yeah.
There are of course many
Transport.
things yeah.
We paid for premarital counseling
Oh, yeah.
before.
Oh, premarital counseling is part of this budget.
It was okay. We paid it as time went by. So another way we did this was
the planner.
we had a planner.
Oh.
With a checklist.
Nice.
Yeah. Make it easier to
And it was a
it was
two-person
just the two of
committee.
us by the
No
We
WhatsApp
have so
group.
much in common.
It was just the two
Yeah,
of us.
nice.
But mine, it was actually one woman job.
Oh.
Okay, my husband provided the finances, thank you. But because he wasn't in the country, I had to do everything alone. But now 2 weeks to the wedding, we now called our friends to help us. You know, that day I won't be calling
Oh, yeah.
the
for
deco
sure.
person, I won't be calling the caterer. So we just gave, Wewe, you're in charge of,
Yeah.
Even, yeah.
Yeah, that helps. And of
Yeah,
course,
that helps.
you cannot do it alone, even if you, however self-sufficient you are.
Yes,
Friends
yeah.
really can help
Yeah.
us
Invest
in
in your
different ways.
friendships.
Yeah.
And the people asking, how can we help? I'm
Yeah.
available. Nikuje nipange viti, or, you know. So, I'll be available to show people
Around to usher
their-
people
yes,
in.
Yeah, so we
Now
really
let's get
appreciate
married.
that. Now we are married.
Now we are married. Week 1
ground.
for ground. You said you are very happy.
Yeah.
Week 1.
Very happy at the honeymoon.
Is it what? Oh, at the honeymoon.
Very happy at the honeymoon. We started there.
You're saying it like it ends there.
No, he's still happy.
Oh,
he has,
okay.
he has
Very
he's
happy.
spread out.
Yes, it's spread out
Staki shida.
throughout life.
Yeah, he's still very happy. So, is it what you expected? Week 1.
Week 1. Week 1 you're still hata bado hujafikiri. You're settling in now. You know, and it's a bit strange that now you're left with this man full time. Yeah, so week 1 you're still in the breeze, you're on leave, you know, no one is working. So it was beautiful.
When did the realities?
Eating, being cooked for, we were in a very nice.
Oh, you were in Sagana, you said.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Terema
So we'd
camp.
be outside like this, and tunaletewa tu chakula, you know. Like
No, okay, let's go home.
Oh, now unataka
Yeah, I want us to
okay.
go home.
Yeah, we came back and opened our gifts.
Yes.
Very grateful
And
for
started
them.
life pole pole. Really, I can't think there is anything that particularly stood out.
Yeah.
Week 1, okay, month 1, month 2. I think the trouble started.
The rain started beating.
Okay, not trouble, but
Yeah.
a bit of
Challenge.
a challenge started when with the church thing.
The church.
So, so I was raised was an Adventist,
Uh-huh.
and for a long time I was actually half my life
Yes.
now. And this is complex, but he says he was raised in a sort of cocktail of churches within the within the
Catholic.
Christian tradition.
Yeah.
So he has been to pretty much every church in
Yeah. You can think of any church in the
Deliverance
wider
Church?
Western. Yes, Deliverance Church.
Yeah,
Umoja.
it was his last before he transitioned to Catholicism.
Sitam.
Sitam, no.
You see? And today you are in Sitam.
But he has been around pretty much. So and then shortly before we met, he had joined the Catholic faith.
Uh-huh.
You were like a year old.
Yes, I was baptized in 2017 April during Easter Vigil.
Yeah. So, and I was, by the time we were getting married, I was already baptized, but I joined the faith. It was accident. Okay, I talk about it in the book. It was sort of an accident that, well, very funny. But so we are settling in, and it gets to the weekend, and we're like, by the way, nataka kwenda church on Saturday.
Oh.
And then he's like, sister, do you know what you signed up for?
You wanted to go to church on Saturday.
Because
that's what you're used to.
This is like, it's a big change for someone to now tell you, Rodah, you've been...
Did you talk about that before?
We did, but we kept hitting a wall. So we assume
You'll find a way.
We'll find
mbele.
tutasort venye inakuja.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually did. We did a lot, and we just kept...
Hitting a wall.
Yeah, we couldn't get like where the compromise is. We couldn't arrive at that. So somehow it just settled in after. It took some time, of course, a long time, but to settle and now be where we are now.
Yeah. How did you sort it? Who Are you going on Saturday now?
No,
We
are Catholics
We
now.
are Catholics, and happily so, and settled. So in the book, Diary of the Miaha, this book Verah wrote to celebrate our 1 year in marriage.
Oh, 1 year in marriage.
1 year in marriage.
Yeah,
So it
actually about
captures
the first year.
Yeah.
Oh, the first year.
Yeah,
well, the
yeah.
first year, and many of those troubles,
Yeah.
or many of those joys, many of the reflections just before our wedding,
Yes.
when we met, many of the, I would say, troubles as we were settling in.
Yes.
The transitions.
Transitions. Yes,
Transition.
actually,
Yeah.
transition is the
Transition
word.
markers.
Transition, yeah. So in page 117, Verah writes, and I really love this title: One God, Different Roots.
Wait. The book is Diary of the
Diary of the
Miaha.
Miaha.
And Miaha is a Luo word meaning a recently married woman.
Yes.
And it is by Verah.
Yes.
We hadn't introduced the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So we are in page
117.
Page 117.
Yeah. One God, different roots. So now I tell you, this was a very interesting
Yeah, one God,
transition.
different roots.
Different roots, yeah. So we
Well,
all of us we are
At
recently
least
baptized.
we agreed that we were
Adventist or
Christians.
Catholic?
Yes, yes. We were all Christians, and all of us had the goal of getting to heaven. But it appeared that
Serving
getting to
God,
heaven,
yeah.
or serving God
Yeah.
and loving our neighbor.
Yes.
But it appeared that getting to heaven had so many routes. Yeah. So yeah, a number of things Verah writes here. Maybe I could just read a paragraph.
Yes, please.
Okay. So 120, Adventist or Catholic.
Yes.
When we are at a church event, perhaps, and sometimes mentions, I am new in the faith, it is a celebration. I thank you, God, for saving me. But in Adventist circles, I'm somewhat an outcast. How could I fall short of God's grace in that way? One of the things I love about us is how easy it is for us to traverse whatever grounds, to share our thoughts. We talk about death, topics that are ordinarily wished away. God forbid. We picture ourselves, we picture our lives after God takes one of us, whoever he chooses first. So, what will we do about this church thing, we ask? Where will we wed, or where will we go to church? I don't know, babe, but God will guide us, he said.
That's what you said.
For sure, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah,
And we banked on this statement, and we banked on the hope that God will guide us.
Did you have the... is it African? I don't know if it's African. I don't even know if it's a mentality that when you get married, it's automatically the woman will join you.
No.
You didn't have that?
No, I didn't have that.
Okay.
For me, my focus has always been heaven. And I believe that if you are on a journey to heaven, the first people you should convince or you should persuade to join you in that journey should be your family, and the people you love most, and that is my wife.
Yeah.
So for me, I did not look at it as it is automatic. You have to cross over, or you have to do, because even me, I was struggling. I was just settling. I was struggling with my questions, always having a time with my spiritual director and our best couple, Geoffrey. So on my end, I was on a journey.
Yes.
So it would have not been prudent to say that you automatically join me in this journey. No. But it was something that we kept praying about and trusted that God will guide us and God will help us. Two things that were clear to us. One, that we are on a journey to heaven.
Yeah.
Two, that we also wanted a united family. We wanted a time, or we wished for a time where we would go to a church together and journey together, help each other struggle through life together.
Yeah.
That we were very clear of. So we kept praying about it, we kept talking about it, and
we had mentors.
yes, we had mentors
nice.
and
We
people
had
who
people
were
for sure.
who are holding our hands in the journey. So my answer there still stands, that I don't know, but God will guide us. And truly, he has guided us.
He guided you, and he's still guiding you. Oh, now there's one on chapter 2. A wife, what does that mean?
Okay.
I would like to know more about that. What does a wife mean? I thought this is what you talk about before.
Okay. It started with the wedding, with the, the before. There's the before, now there is the after. Now the question you were asking about settling in.
49, that's page 49.
How does that look like?
Yes. transitioning from single woman
Yeah.
to a married woman. How was it for you?
What? Yeah, it is. It is beautiful. Yeah, there's a lot of beauty, but also there's a lot of transitions are challenging, or
Yeah.
change is just challenging.
Yeah.
You know, because all the while you've just been at this sort of free bird, and then
Yes.
now you are accountable for and to someone
Day and night.
Day and night. No, that's not even the challenging bit, that you
Yeah.
are actually married, you know. And I'm still asking this question, even in my second book of how
Yeah.
it's going.
The sequel of this.
Yeah.
She's written one that hopefully will launch in with the course of the year.
Yeah.
The title is, well, working title is No Longer a Miaha.
Oh,
So
no
now
longer
it's-
a miaha. This is the diary of a miaha.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
when do you stop being a miaha?
Sasa
10
ukishazoea,
years.
when now you are no longer a guest in your husband, so
Recently married. I think we are no longer miahas.
yeah, no longer. Sasa
5
tumetolewa.
years.
Oh,
Get
and
this.
when you have a child, there's you know, you're called what now?
Manyuru.
Manyuru, when you have a baby. So
Oh.
you're not exactly.
You haven't
a
eaten for the manyurus?
the no longer miaha encompasses the manyurus.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm there
Okay.
with kids. Now
Yeah.
you're no longer newlywed. Now you've settled in. You're part of the family, or at least it's starting to feel like you're part of the family.
No, but even with all these changes of Miaha to Manyuru to this, just remember that Jaber always remains.
Jaber is Jaber.
Yeah, all through.
Now, what picture did you have of a wife? And getting married, what changed? Or what realities?
What did I picture? First, in that chapter, I say that you're still growing yourself, you're still learning, you're still possibly working, maybe career progression, maybe you're studying, and then now you have added one more thing to your plate,
Yes.
being a wife.
Yeah.
You're not, sometimes it feels like you're not ready yet. You know, it's like, sometimes it feels like a responsibility for which you're not ready yet,
Yes.
even though it's 5 years down the line. But then I say that I keep reminding myself that marriage can be done alongside life, not at the end of it, you know. In the sense that I thought at some point, like when I met him, I was purely focused on my career. I wanted to do things. I want to go back to school.
Yeah.
But I have gone back to school. I did my master's while we were married.
Oh,
while
nice.
I was pregnant with a child, with a young baby, I still managed to do my master's.
Yeah.
So there's sometimes you get the question, I don't know if you do, of your friends asking, what about, you know, or I want to finish this first.
Then I get married.
Of course, some are justifiable. So, there's a friend of his who said he wants to be financially stable and with no definition of what that means, but it's possible that you can still, there are so many things you're still, as you can still keep growing.
Yes.
It's only that now you have a support system that is a constant. It's only that now you have someone in your corner, you're taking care of each other, because it's a two-way traffic. So I'm still making sense of that.
What a wife
it
means.
Because
Submissive,
and also battling the old and the new. We grew up at an age where our parents were the first ones, I think, or maybe some grandparents went to school. So there's that introduction of modernity, and there's the traditional then
way.
you're a Christian. So there's a lot, and then you're possibly supporting women empowerment, or you believe that there are things that don't seem right to you as an individual, as a woman, and you're like, no, that is subjugation, that is wrong, that is taking someone's hopes and dreams and crushing them because they're married to you.
Because
So
they are now a
making
wife.
sense of all these things, of the cultures, of where we come from, where we are going, what it means for us as Christians, as a people. So it's a lot. Thinking through things, and how to do this without sabotaging my marriage, but also upholding the beliefs that I have. That women are people. They are people first of all. It's very it's very unique that you have to say that women are people, you know, because
like it
sometimes
should be automatic.
Yeah, it should be automatic. So to reconcile that with this aspect that I, as a woman, do not feel like I am less of a person because I am married, or there are no hopes, there are no dreams, there are no, at least for me, thank God, that have been crushed because I am married. If anything, I think I am empowered. My husband empowers me. I can't speak for myself, so that's a good thing. He empowers me, and sometimes when I'm telling him about these things, that thing that I saw on Twitter and I am so angry that something happens, and he says, he just listens keenly and is like, but why, you know, like, why would someone do that?
Yeah.
You know, it could be like someone is murdered by their loved one, their supposed loved one. It could be that all these things that happen in our societies. Yeah, so
he's helped
making
you think.
We think through.
You think through. That is
together.
so clear.
Yeah, and
it's
he
so
empowers
clear.
me to do what I want to do, to go for my goals. In fact, we were just talking about my career on our way here.
Oh.
Yeah, he paid. Do you remember the first time I said I wanted to enroll for masters?
Yeah.
And he went to this guy once and deposited 149,000.
149.
Yeah, for me to go
Wow.
back to school. So
Nice.
that's pretty empowering, because sometimes we hear more of the negative. We hear more of, look at the picture before I was married and look
Now.
at how it's going. And or look at me in marriage and after I divorced. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah, I hear
So
you.
there's that. The subtle messaging is that, hey,
Marriage will scam. Marriage will drain you.
it will drain you.
Marriage will suffocate you.
Yeah.
And that is what we are trying to do here.
Yeah.
To show people the good side, that people are actually happily married out here.
Yeah.
So this is for people who are not married. No, even those who are married,
And
you
for
can
people who are
remind
married.
yourself.
Yes.
See, I've just gotten here so much to learn.
Yeah.
From Verah's
It's continuous.
experience of being a miaha. That word.
Oh, you said it very well.
There's something that has caught my eye, that marriage is not a rehab for poorly raised men.
Strong opinions.
Yes. Tell us more about that.
Where is it?
Because
Which page is that?
That is on page 77. The differences that
forgotten.
bring us together.
Yeah.
The differences that bring us together in chapter 3, page 77. Marriage is not a rehab for poorly raised men. What brought you to that point? Yeah.
So again, the strong opinions about what it means to be a woman in this society.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, or sometimes I guess you do too.
Yeah.
See this kind of messaging, or you've come to the realization that most times girls are raised for marriage.
Oh, yeah.
But boys, like we joke, are left to grow like maize.
Like me.
Sisi ni bahati tu, ni
Yeah,
Mungu tu.
and then sometimes now on the flip side, that if a man is problematic, at least I see it in the village, that if someone is drinking himself silly, that someone cannot put his life in order. You know what they say? Get him a wife, he will.
Oh, yeah. The day
seen
this
that.
one will get a wife.
The day this one will get a wife, he will at a straight end.
No.
Which means that this woman is starting from scratch. Like you're coming to mold
It's worse
this
than scratch. With your
Actually,
children,
negative.
you are starting from scratch.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, now
This
unaanza
one,
ukuje kurekebisha tabia.
Yes.
Ukuje, like you're now mothering, you're nurturing, it's a lot of work. You are helping,
mentoring.
you're mentoring, you are praying for him. Of course, praying for him goes without saying, but I realize there's that load of responsibility that we heap on a woman.
Yeah.
That you're married and this guy, ajui hata kuchemsha maji. Then suddenly, or some know, and then there's what they call weaponized incompetence. Then suddenly he doesn't know because he's married. He cannot cook because he's married.
He cannot put the socks.
He cannot put this. What are the socks and the towels? God help us.
And they were doing so well as single men.
Yeah, sometimes. But then it's like, oh, this
Now
is me.
there's a
I am
wife.
married. I have arrived.
I cannot make tea.
Yeah.
Someone really?
Yeah.
Someone should serve me. I can't take this to the kitchen. Yeah, I hear you on that.
So I'm acknowledging that we are holding space for each other, we are supporting each other, we are growing together, and of course no one comes perfect, and I'm also acknowledging your imperfections as you are mine. But there's just that mental load that I really have a problem with.
Yeah.
Unnecessary mental load. You figure everything out. You, even when you have help.
And the society expects you to straighten that man up.
Exactly.
If you don't, we are actually now blaming
if
you.
he doesn't straighten, then it's a problem. Sometimes also men's problem. Women bear the burden of the men's sins. If this man does something wrong, then his wife, this man goes out of his marriage, then his wife did not satisfy him. Then this guy is not looking healthy. His wife is not cooking for him.
He's looking unhealthy. His wife is
in this
not
century,
giving him the right food.
Yes, exactly. So it's like, you wives, do this for your husbands. You wives, please talk to them. They're here.
No, I don't want to forget that there's a husband here today. Do you have the same pressure as a husband from the society to love your wives?
Yeah. So, well, I think maybe we can trace it from history.
Yeah.
Our society, in all honesty, has been largely patriarchal. So many of these guidelines or many of the rules have been provided by the men.
Yes.
So many times, in fact, we were reading a book as we were coming, and Verah was reading the taboos of the kisi or the ekegusi, and abagusi, and many of them were, don't do this, So clearly, we come from a very patriarchal society, but I would say that men, we receive some level of pressure. When it comes to loving our wives, serving our wives, being there for our family and providing for our family.
Yeah.
But maybe the pressure is not as heightened as it is for women, especially when it comes to responsibility. Do this, do this, do this. But for us, we believe that we should support each other.
Yeah.
Because both of us, we are all starting from the point of view that we are all human beings. All human beings and raised in different contexts, in different areas, but having the same journey, really. All of us are alive, and we are fulfilling God's wish for us to be alive, and hopefully that we go to heaven. So that is for you and for me. So then, if we have the same destination, why not support each other to that destination? So of course we are coming from maybe one side is having the longer side of the stick and the other the shorter side, but the ideal should be that we respect each other, we look at each other as human beings, we look at each other as same people with the same goal, so we can help each other to hopefully get there. So that's why Verah knows this more than I do. Even before we got married, I was cooking for myself, I was doing the house chores. I don't mind doing them even now. So even, we help each other even in that line. So maybe she cooks better, of course, but once in a while she's happy to enjoy my food also. Yes.
Wow.
So, especially fish and omena. Yes.
You have to add that. And I can proudly say I introduced someone to omena and they love it.
Oh, okay.
You're
doing omena.
Omena is really nice. So get yourself this, especially if you are interested to know what 1 year in marriage looks like from a woman's perspective, from Verah's perspective. Can get yourself the diary of the Miaha. I can't wait to just go through it because I know I already see myself relating every chapter. Wedding before and after, the child in me, happily ever after, life lessons. Well, get yourself a copy. You'll tell us how to get.
Okay.
How, please?
You can get a copy from the Writers Guild Kenya on our website or Nuria bookstores.
Oh, it's in Nuria.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
So I will also put a number where you can get the other books. Which ones did you also come with? These are also Verah's.
These are for
children.
in mid-school.
Wendo tours Nairobi County. Oh. A student at Kaptiket Primary School in Kericho. Hey, we are sorry. Yeah, there's books for children as well. This is Naisula tours Marsabit County. You're supposed to take us through all the counties?
And yes, hopefully.
Through the
46 to go, please.
That's the goal. Yeah, but they're very,
go to
very
Vihiga
interesting.
County.
They're very interesting.
You have interest in
Yeah, and I have a
Shares.
name. I have a name to give you, the person who will tour.
Okay. Sawa,
Radula. Radula tours
No, not
Personal
Kidula.
interest.
For personal interest, yes.
Okay.
So even, there's another one here.
This is a short story. I have more. I write for different
Moon.
ages.
Yeah, you are multi-talented.
She's written about 14 titles. We
14
are not just able to
titles.
have all of them here.
Some
yeah.
are educational.
Yeah.
Okay.
CBC.
A teacher by training.
Oh, you're a teacher by training. No wonder.
Don't see me like this.
I don't see you like that. I won't see you like that. So even as we wind up, we'll give you details on how to get the books, and you can follow her as well to know. I hope they are all over your social media, what you've written, and on the website. As we wind up, I'd like to know, almost 6 years in marriage, what do you think, if you were to tell a couple who is newly married, what would you tell them to? What is the secret, or no longer a secret, to a happy marriage?
To a happy marriage.
Yes.
Let's start with you.
Well, the piece of advice would be nothing really out of the ordinary. But I always tell Verah that before we got married, 10 years before, I had started praying for her and praying for our wife 10 years before we got married.
Guys, I am prayed up.
Yeah, when I used to have a friend, and Mr. Ogutu, my former teacher who I used to live with, and I would see them and I say, Lord, may you one day, if you choose to, may you bless me with a wife that together we can be happy.
Yeah.
And so that is when I started praying for Verah. So that should be the first place.
Yeah.
So pray, because marriage, strictly speaking, and marriage is not our invention.
Yes.
We are only being relevant to God's plan. So marriage, the person who authored marriage or the person who came up with marriage is God. So he's the only one who can guide us into it and through it.
Yes.
So we should pray a lot for our spouses, or for our spouses, and even for the institution of marriage. That is one. Then two, as a married couple, enjoy each other's company, have lots of sex, have lots of conversations. I think conversation,
You have 2 children.
sex, and God.
And
That's
you're
it.
writing books
Yeah.
You're
for
saying
sex. Time.
time.
People are
the
busy.
challenge.
People are
People are
they're
busy.
writing books. They have 2 children.
No. That sex is God's gift to marriage, and we should not shy away from it. We should encourage couples to have sex, because that is the highest level of oneness in marriage, and it is blessed by God.
Amen.
Yeah. So
if you're watching and you're married, please have sex today.
not only today and the coming days.
Do you believe in a schedule?
Actually, I thought it backward until
I'm actually asking the woman if you look at me well. This question is for you.
So just
because I know men
Yes.
don't need a schedule.
Yes. That's helpful.
It's helpful.
It's a helpful reminder, and also because that's it's a helpful
I was
reminder.
expecting a yes or no answer.
Yes, because there's so many things that are competing for
Happening,
your
right?
time. Life is happening to every one of you. So sometimes I forget. I could forget.
Yeah.
So reminders are.
Before you got married, did you ever think you would forget sex?
Yeah, I think so.
Before?
I wasn't it wasn't exactly like very living in a fantasy, and then I have struggles that I talk about in the book. So that's that makes my case a bit unique.
Oh, okay. Now I understand. You have to read to know that.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sorry for that part.
Let me help with the schedule.
Please. Yeah.
You know, I went to primary school in Majiwa Primary, and the first thing that was always on the board was the timetable.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a school without a timetable.
Yes.
It's a bit chaotic. No, I'm not going to say that.
Wait.
No,
She's
actually, I'm
telling us
done.
something
So I'm just supporting her point.
You are not done.
I'm done.
So you want to tell us in your bedroom you have a calendar?
I know.
Well,
we don't.
we are not going to confirm or deny.
Actually, by then we are trying to
Verah, we are trying to talk to your husband.
Sorry.
No.
I'm not here.
We are also in a very digital world, so we can make good use of Google Calendars, Google Reminders, and all these things. So we can't confirm or
whatever will
deny.
help you have more sex, use it.
That's the takeaway.
Yeah, that's the takeaway.
Yeah. God, sex, conversations.
God, sex, conversations.
Yeah.
That's what keeps you strongly married.
But with what she's going to add.
Yeah, with what she's going to add. In your
Going to
perspective.
support what you have said.
In your perspective as a woman. Maybe you're talking to women now.
Na kitu kona kazi mingi lakini ni sawa tu.
Yeah.
God's grace is
sufficient.
sufficient. By the way, you realize how sometimes you say, why I could not do this on my own for sure. Yeah, so it takes, even in marriage, I think it takes a community. It takes God and the people around us, the people who are cheering on us on. So it helps to have people that you can talk to, that can talk to you as well. We have a lot of mentors in this. We are gifted with we are surrounded by very many happily married couples who are way older. Yeah, as old as 30 years in marriage plus. Oh. Yeah, and we also invest in our marriage by doing the things that we can do here. So we do a lot for our professional growth, but then somehow we just expect our marriages to work by magic because we pray. Prayer is the first point, but we also do other things to sustain it because it needs constant nourishing. So we do courses. We are currently in a TACO, which is like a program for I'm trying to remember the name in full.
Take a chance on happiness.
Take a chance on happiness.
Nice.
So
it's led by Catherine and James Nyiha.
Yes, and they host us in their home. So we have sessions to engage with other couples and talk about these things that give us trouble and the things that make us happy. We also do a program for family development at Strathmore University. So these things exist. There are resources that can help you because sometimes you're just winging it and then inafika mahali mnagonga mwamba because you are doing nothing and you just expect it to work or to be beautiful just by some magic.
Wow.
We are people as we keep working on it and praying for each other.
Yeah.
So, what does it mean to say winging it?
Winging it, nasema gas imeisha. You realize the conversations you're having about technical things. The roof is leaking. The kids need this.
We are just going.
You're just going, and then you wake up one day and you ask yourself,
who are you?
You are asking, do I know this guy? I've been living with this guy for this much, but you no longer have common interests. You stop dating, so you're just managing life as it comes. Everything else just comes.
Roommates, colleagues.
You are colleagues. Actually, you are colleagues. Then it's so easy to fall apart and to say you have no common interest, to say you don't know each other anymore because as you have evolved, you have not kept up with your person. So it helps to escape as often as you can to calendar it because you forget. By the way, life is happening and at a very fast speed. So calendar it and doing things, going out. So like the TACO program we are doing, we are encouraged to we have session dates. We have dates that you can do them, you can customize them depending on your situation. If you have kids, you can take them to bed and then have the dates, do whatever works for you so that you are in constant communion
with each other. Wow, those who have ears have
Well
had.
done, well done.
Umepewa
babe,
high
well
five. Hey. Thank you so much for sharing that. I have picked a lot, and I'm looking forward to also continue learning from your book. And thank you for being ambassadors of good marriages, you know, and that you're also intercultural in a way.
Oh, yes.
And it's working. You are happily married.
I've now learned some few kissy words. Ningwa nchwete.
That is, I love you.
Yeah, I love you. Yes. She has also learned. She's now a Doluo trainer. Imagine.
Trainer of trainers.
Trainer of trainers. She's teaching people now. Those who would love to.
That is lovely to know and lovely to hear.
It's a beautiful language.
So guys, marriage works. Look at them. It doesn't mean that every day it's a bed of roses, or it's a bed of roses with some thorns, but we are focusing on the roses, and it's a beautiful thing. And yes, thank you once again, even for telling us about your wedding and how you met and what you've learned so far. I love the way you're smiling at each other. I feel like I need to go.
We are winging it.
I feel like I need to leave the set and leave you here smiling at each other. Okay, thank you so much. And thank you guys for watching once again. Another beautiful conversation. We give glory to God. What have you learned? What questions do you have? Do you have an idea of someone you'd like us to host as well? Let us know in the comment section, and we'll see you in the next one. My name is Rawder Kidula Show. Marriage works if you keep working at it. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.